Alexis, and welcome to the Live Your Yoga YouTube channel. Today, our practice is going to focus on Chaturanga. So it's not going to be a bunch of Chaturangas this whole time, I promise. We'll focus on the proper muscle engagements and the proper alignment so that you can practice this posture transition safely. We'll focus on all the modifications that you can take and just see where our bodies are at. So I invite you to keep an open mind. If you're nervous or a little, out of your element, trust me, I am too. I'm very new to this YouTube stuff. I've been teaching for 7 years and I'm just getting started. So we're going to learn and grow together. I thank you for being here. If you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe down below. I'm going to do my best to put out a video every week. This is the first of an 8-part series to help beginners get started with the tools that they need to have a safe practice, as well as anyone who wants to reconnect with the fundamentals of their yoga practice. Glad to have you. Let's get started. So go ahead and come into an easy seated position, facing the front of your mat. I like crisscross applesauce. You can also sit on your shins. You can sit onto a bolster or some pillows to allow the blood to flow more freely through the legs. Just finding a nice, comfortable seated position. You can gently move around, getting any last-minute fidgets out. When you're ready, close your eyes. You can bring your palms to face up or down on your knees. Maybe your fingertips to touch at your base. Check in with your senses. Anything that's linking you to this moment, to this space, this time, to your body. Acknowledging it, those sounds you hear in the distance, that draft you feel on your skin, maybe that lingering taste in your mouth. And we'll just start to let all that go. Just setting your gaze to the back of your eyelids, not worrying about where that sound is coming from or where that smell is coming from. Just inhale, acknowledging, and exhale, letting go. Next breath in, imagine you have a string at the crown of your head pulling you straight up to the sky. As you exhale, allow everything else to soften down. Inhale, your shoulders come forward and up. As you exhale, roll them back and down. Maybe you want to adjust your hand placement now. That's okay. Inhale, shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, coming back and down. Stepping into the feeling. One more like that. Shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And on your next breath in, bring your palms to touch up overhead. As you exhale, your hands down to your heart center. Pause to set an intention for your practice. If it's difficult for you to come up with one, I offer that of ahimsa, our first yama. Practicing nonviolence, compassion for your body. Stepping into the feeling, whatever these shapes and this breath brings to you today. And slowly let your eyes flutter open over your fingertips. Inhale, your palms to touch up overhead once again, shoulders up by the ears. Then as you exhale, just relax your shoulders down. Keep pressing your palms together. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, relax them down. One more, lift and lengthen. Maybe lift the chin. Exhale, both hands down to your sides. I'm going to slowly drop the chin down to the chest. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. And gently inhale, so to roll your right ear over your right shoulder. Keep your chest lifted. You can start to walk your left fingertips out a little further to feel that stretch all the way down through your hand. and right back through the crown of your head. Be sure not to overstretch. You can bring your right hand to your left temple. We'll stay here for one more deep breath in. As you exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Very gently bring your right hand down to the earth. Chin comes in towards your chest. You can rock your head from left to right. Do it a few times if it feels good. When you're ready, we'll let the left ear fall over the left shoulder. Relax your shoulders down your back. This time we'll start to walk the right fingertips out. Feeling that stretch from tip to tip. Maybe the left hand finds its way to the right temple. One more deep inhale. Open mouth. Slowly lower your left hand down to the earth. Bring your chin down to your chest. Rock your head from side to side, just as you did on the other side. And finally, we'll inhale, palms and gaze. Everything will lift up, back to the sky. Exhale, hands through the heart. Then we'll interlace our hands at our low back. If this is not accessible to you, you can grab onto a strap if you have one. Also, a belt or a tie work great. You bringing your hand maybe about 6 inches apart, maybe wider, maybe closer together. As you inhale, we'll press our knuckles down behind us, lifting through the chest, lifting through the palms. Exhale, do the opposite. Round your back, elbows come forward, chin to chest. Inhale, a seated cow shape. Exhale, seated cat. Starting to turn on the Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, belly expanding. Exhale, rounding and contracting. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round and contract. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the palms. Exhale, we'll go ahead and fold over the legs, releasing down to the earth. Maybe you want to rock your chest from side to side, feeling into those hips. Inhale, lift halfway, tense your palms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Notice if you're rounding through the spine, we're going to lift until you can straighten the spine. And then from there, just hinge. You've got 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lift your chest back up. We'll uncross the legs, making our way into Navasana boat pose. So stacking the shins parallel to the earth, hands come behind the thighs to lift the chest. Start to engage the pelvic floor. That's cutting off the same sensation of cutting off the flow of urine. Drawing that pelvic floor up. Inhale, belly nice and soft. Exhale, push the air out, diaphragmic breath. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly draws towards the spine. You can make it a little more challenging by releasing the arms here. Fullest expression is straightening the legs. Find your variation that leaves you feeling powerful. We'll stay here for one more big breath in. Cross your opposite leg on top, back to our easy seated position. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift once again. Exhale, we'll twist to the right. Right hand at the base of the spine, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart. Exhale, twist it out to the right. Inhale, gain length. Exhale, twist. Gaze is set over your right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Inhale to unwind. Palms and gaze will lift. Exhale, twist it out to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rinse it out. This time your gaze is over your left shoulder. 2 more breaths. Inhale, unwind, palms and gaze will lift. Exhale, fold forward with this leg on top. Coming to your tented palms, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Maybe you rock from side to side here. You have 2 more breaths. Remember to step into the feeling, forgetting what it looks like. We'll inhale, we'll make our way back up to seated and then right back into Navasana boat pose. So hands can come behind the thighs. We can release the palms. Wherever we are squeezing our legs together. Coming back to those bandhas if we've lost them. And then lower just the feet down to the earth. Keep the chest lifted. And 1 vertebrae at a time. Lower all the way down onto your back. Beautiful. Take a full body stretch. Press your feet towards the front of your mat. Interlace your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch as you breathe in as much air as you can. And open mouth. Let it all relax down. Shavasana. I'm just kidding. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big loving squeeze. And bring your hands to the top of your knees. Give our sacrum a little massage. Drawing circles with our knees in one direction on the ceiling. Syncing your breath to your body movements. Inhaling knees away. Exhaling knees to chest. And pausing with your knees to the chest. Go ahead and switch directions. Inhaling away. Exhaling, coming closer together. You'll see that theme a lot with our breath. We inhale, we expand. Exhale, we draw back. Go ahead and even out on this side. We'll bring our knees back to our chest. We're going to start to reiterate some of the alignment cues for our Chaturanga today. So we're drawing our knees into our chest. Notice that my low back is real flat down on the earth. Bring your palms to the top of the knees. We'll start to use our core to pull the knees in towards the chest as you create resistance by pressing away. Notice how that fires up that low belly. The shoulders want to come up by the ears. Same intention in our Chaturanga. We're drawing our shoulders down. We're hogging our elbows in as we press away. And then our core is drawing in and up. We'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Release your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Rock from side to side. Hands right back onto the top of the knees. Shoulders squeeze down the back. Elbows hug in. Start to press away as you pull back in. We'll stay here for 5. Slightly constricting the muscles at the back of your throat, allowing your breath to be audible. 3 more. 2. Last breath in. Exhale, knees to chest. Now we'll begin to rock back and forth the length of our mat. Do it a bunch if it feels good. If not, just skip it. We'll make our way into down dog by crossing our ankles, stepping our feet back, removing any straps you may have in the way, any props, and coming into our upside down V. You can pedal your knees back and forth. We're going to come into a proper alignment for a high push-up. Our shoulders stacked directly over our wrists. Our heels stacked directly over our toes. And notice if your booty is way up in the air, shake it. No, And the same thing, if it's low down, no. We're coming right into one straight line. And we're pressing the earth away with our palms, trying to bring the weight into the knuckles under the pointer and middle finger. You start to work your way up towards the triceps, the eyes of our elbows. Try to rotate them forward as you press your heels back. We'll stay here for 3, 2, deep breath in, downward facing dog. Checking in with your feet, bringing them about hip-width distance apart. Keeping a softness in the knees so you can press your chest back to your thighs. Take a full body breath in and out. This is one of those shapes that will become your best friend, but usually in the beginning of our practice, it can be quite challenging. The hamstrings aren't open enough, the shoulders aren't open enough. Just stick with it. Bend your knees a lot. Keep pressing your chest back towards your thighs. And keeping your hips as lifted as high as you can. Start to pull your heels down to the earth. It's okay if they don't touch. Just want to keep a nice micro bend in those knees. One more inhale together. And an open mouth. And take your knees wide, child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Forehead comes down to the earth if it reaches. Maybe you want to bring a block underneath your forehead if it doesn't. You can also bring a block underneath your hips here. Whatever allows your upper body to melt out over your legs. And take a full inhale together. Full exhale. On your next breath in, we'll inhale, reach the right arm up out towards the right side. Thread it underneath your left shoulder, coming into a nice shoulder stretch here. Allowing your weight to do the work for you. Your left hand can make its way to your right, pressing into one another to help twist you deeper towards the sky. Maybe your left hand to your low back or all the way around to your right hip crease. Just check in with what feels best for your body, and we'll stay there for 3 more breaths. Inhale, slowly unwind. Maybe you want to open back up towards the sky. And we'll find our way into a neutral child's pose for just a breath or 2. Inhale, lift the left arm, thread it underneath the right. Whatever variation you took on the other side, find it here. Whether it be pressing into the palm, hand to the low back, or to the hip crease. One more breath in. Open mouth. Right hand comes back out in front. We'll unwind. Make our way back into a child's pose, neutral position. And straight back into down dog. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your right leg as high as you can to the sky. Pressing through the ball of the foot. Flexing through the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Bring your knee to your nose, round through your back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip. Inhale, lift your knee. Exhale, pull your heel towards your bum. Inhale, lift your heel back up to the sky. Exhale, lower your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, lift your left leg as high as you can. These plants are fun. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round through your back, really hugging that chin in, pushing the earth away. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend your knee, open up. Inhale, lift your left knee higher. Exhale, pull your left heel over more. Inhale, lift straight back up to the sky. Exhale, lower your left foot to meet your right. We'll inhale, we'll shift our weight forward back into that high push-up we took before. And take a deep breath in together. Exhale, lower just your knees. So we worked on before was shoulders down the back, elbows hugging in, right? And that drawing in with the core. So I'm not sinking into the belly here. I'm not lifting my booty. I'm engaged in my pelvic region. My hips are sinking forward, and I'm going to slowly start to lift through my gaze. As I lift through my feet, keeping this nice neutral spine, lower all the way down to my belly. Beautiful. Press into the tops of your feet. Press into your hips. And then press your tailbone down so you lift the front of your hips up. Press into the palms of your hands. We'll lift up to cobra. Shoulders squeeze back, elbows squeeze back. And then go ahead and pick a cheek. Inhale, we'll lift up to cobra. Exhale, we'll pick a cheek. Wiggling the hips from left to right. Then hands stay by the rib cage. We'll engage through the core, but this time we're lifting through the heels. We're going to take reverse plank. So pressing into the knees. Pelvic bowl is neutral. Chin is slightly tucked to the chest, so the back of the neck is long. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push straight back up. Curl the toes under, high plank, and downward facing dog. Take a full body breath in. Open mouth. Take the knees wide, child's pose, or maybe you want to try a different variation, bringing the shins together, knees together, arms down by the sides. Give the shoulders a little break. 2 more breaths. Downward facing dog. Keep that softness in the knees. Keep pressing the chest back. Shift your weight forward, high push-up. This time we'll lower the knees down to the earth. We're going to lower down to Chaturanga, modified Chaturanga. So we're lifting through the heels, engaging through the core. Gaze lifts forward, and we lower our shoulders just in line with the elbows. And we're going to hold here, squeezing the shoulders down the back. Take a big breath in. Now lower all the way down. Pick a cheek as you wiggle your hips from left to right. Hands by the ribs. Engage through the core. Press into the feet. We'll lift up. Inhale up to cobra. You can start to lift the chest a little more. We don't ever want to straighten the arms with the elbows. With the thighs down. Pick a different cheek. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Releasing the fascia. Inhale back up to cobra pose. Exhale, lowering down, forehead to the earth. We'll bend into the knees, lifting the heels, engaging the core. Take a deep breath in. We're going to push up to Chaturanga, holding it, shoulders in line with the elbows. Elbows draw down. Then all the way back up, high plank. Curling those toes under, lifting the knees. Downward facing dog. Full body breath in and out. Knees either wide or together, child's pose, yogi's choice. 3 breaths. Right back to it, downward facing dog. And this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, our full Chaturanga. So we'll inhale, we'll shift forward, high push-up. Take a deep breath in together. Lower your knees if you need to. We'll lower down, low push-up. Shoulders in line with the elbows. Press into the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Just feel real good on the chest right now. Shoulders in line with the elbows. If we straighten the arms, remember we lift the legs. Maybe even lift through the chin slightly. Downward facing dog. Full body breath in and out. Child's pose once again. Whatever variation suits you best. Take a deep breath in and out. Got my heart rate going a little bit there. We turn the focus back inward. Taking a deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. Deep breath out for 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll start to look to the front of our mat. Slide ourselves forward, setting up for Sphinx pose. So forearms come down to the earth. Shoulders are over the elbows. And we pull into our fingertips. We pull on our forearms to help pull our chest forward. Notice we don't want to dip out through the belly. Engage through the core. Press into the tops of the feet. We don't want to lift the neck or lift the chin so much that the neck is scrunched. Keep a nice, long, erect spine. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. So I don't even know what this is called. It's one of my favorite shoulder stretches. I like penguin or something. Right hand comes behind the left elbow. Left hand's going to come in front of the right elbow. Then we're going to walk our hands out in opposite directions until we can't anymore. So our shoulders pretty much right over the arms, and just drop the chin down to the chest. Two more big breaths. Inhale right back into Sphinx pose. Pulling on the forearms, pulling the heart forward, shoulders back down behind you. 3, 2. And left hand behind the right elbow, right hand in front of the left. Walk your forearms out, your arms out. Allow your chin to soften. Slowly walk your hands back in towards your chest. Back into Sphinx pose. We'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Walking the elbows out. Coming into sort of goalpost arms. So we'll slowly start to roll onto the right shoulder. Pressing the right shoulder down into the earth. Stacking the left hip on top of the right. You can bend into your knee. Keep your left hand in front of you to kind of help ground you. If you want to open up more, you can bring the left foot behind you. Stay here for 3 more breaths. Slowly roll onto your belly. Bring the left elbow out to the side, into the goalpost, pressing into the palm. We'll start to roll onto the left side. Left shoulder presses down. Right hip starts to stack on top of the left. Keeping your right hand in front of you to keep you grounded. Gently start to roll back onto your belly. We'll go ahead and make our way back into child's pose for a few breaths. Make your way onto your back. And crossing your right ankle on top of your left knee. Pressing your left foot down, then starting to press your right foot into your left knee. Start to feel that in that outer right hip here. If you feel anything in the knee, we'll just back off. Go ahead and feel free to skip this part. If you feel safe in the knee, you want to come deeper, you can thread the needle, bring the right hand through your legs, interlacing your hands behind your left thigh. Slightly engage through the feet. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. You have 2 options here. You can keep your legs crossed, or you can uncross the legs for a shallower twist. If you want a deeper twist, we'll cross that top leg over. Either way, we're scooching our hips to the right, sending our knees to the left. Gaze over your right shoulder. Maybe setting your palm to face up with the intention to receive. Your left hand can make its way to your right knee. The closer your knees are up into your chest, the deeper the twist. 2 more big breaths. On your next inhale, we'll slowly unwind, pausing in a neutral position, then lowering the right foot. Left ankle comes on top of the right knee. Again, we can stay here, pressing the knee forward. If you want to come deeper, it feels safer for you, we can bring the hands behind the right thigh. Four more big breaths. Sending your inhales and your exhales to every space of your body that you feel this. And whatever variation you took on the other side, I invite you to find it here, whether that's crossing the legs or uncrossing them. We'll scooch the hips to the left, send your knees to the right. Inhale, slowly unwind. Hug your knees back into your chest. Bring your hands underneath your palms. Lift your legs up to the sky for a nice little mini inversion here. Allowing the blood to flow down, revitalizing your organs. Maybe you want to point and flex your feet, roll the ankles around one way and then the other. And when you've had enough of that, we'll just go ahead and lower the feet down to the earth. Take your feet out nice and wide, palms come out nice and wide. Allow your breath to return to normal. Scanning your body from bottom to top, in to out, softening every part. Allowing your lips to part, your jaw to soften. I invite you to stay here in your Shavasana as long as you can. Whenever you've had enough, go ahead and roll onto the right side, pausing in the fetal pose. Keeping your eyes closed, gently making your way up to seated. I thank you for coming and practicing with me today. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe down below. Namaste.